Roman Reigns confirms he will retire at WrestleMania 41, the best and worst of WWE SmackDown, prayers for Kevin Owens, Randy Orton makes a controversial choice, Tiffany Stratton went off script against Charlotte Flair, Andrade sends a message to ex-wife Charlotte Flair, WWE made a huge mistake with Rey Fenix, WWE WrestleMania 41 championship match announced, Roman Reigns walks away from Paul Heyman. Let's dive right in. The best and worst of WWE SmackDown. SmackDown rolled into Chicago, and who better to kick things off than the city's own CM Punk? He stood in the ring, thanking the crowd for pushing him to headline WrestleMania. LA Knight took down Tama Tonga in a surprise match, while the Motor City Machine Guns earned a future shot at the Street Profits by beating DIY. Backstage, Pretty Deadly and Mello Don't Miz traded jabs, mocking each other's outfits and skills. Chelsea Green, the Wyatt Six, and Alexa Bliss didn't show up. With WrestleMania just weeks away, the Chicago crowd was electric. Here's what rocked and flopped on the first SmackDown of April 2025. Number 1, Best. Rey Fenix lands in WWE. Rey Fenix stepped into a WWE ring for the first time, just 6 weeks after his brother Penta debuted on Raw. The ex-AEW star faced NXT Tag Team Champion Nathan Frazer in a wild, fast-paced match. Both guys flew around the ring, pulling off jaw-dropping moves. The crowd was hooked from the start, especially after CM Punk's big moment. Following that energy wasn't easy, but Fenix proved he belonged. Andrade was supposed to be his opponent, but Frazer stepped up big time, maybe hinting he's headed to SmackDown after WrestleMania. Number 2, Worst. Another blink and miss it match. Last week, B-Fab got too friendly with Jade Cargill, and it cost her. This time she faced Naomi, but Cargill jumped Naomi from behind during her entrance. Security pulled them apart, and Naomi pinned B-Fab in about 4 minutes. The Storm charged the ring after, but the glow slipped away. Nick Aldis set them up for a WrestleMania 41 clash. Everyone saw it coming, but Naomi's got no shot. Cargill's been untouchable since day one. B-Fab's already low in the pecking order, and getting crushed like that even after the attack didn't help. If WWE wanted to build her up a bit, this wasn't the way. It just left her looking weak. Number 3, Best and Worst. Monsters clash with a twist. Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu tore it up in their third showdown. Tables splintered, barricades crumpled, and the arena turned into a war zone with tons of near falls. In the end, the Samoan werewolf got up before the 10 count, earning a United States Championship shot. The action was top-notch, but something felt off. Earlier, Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga had a run-in with Fatu, yet they didn't jump in during this last man standing match. No rules should have meant chaos. If they'd meddled and Fatu pushed back, it could have sparked some juicy drama in their crew. Number 4, Best. Heyman's secret favor, unveiled. Paul Heyman's mysterious favor to CM Punk has been the talk of WWE since Survivor Series, War Games last November. After months of hints, the truth came out on SmackDown. Everyone gathered in the ring. Rollins called out Reigns for leaving Punk high and dry, promising he'd regret it. Then Punk dropped the bomb. He wants Heyman in his corner at WrestleMania, not Roman's. Reigns smirked and told his wise men to say no, but Heyman refused. It's not a prize like a title shot, but it's a mind game. Reigns always leaned on Heyman, taking him for granted. Now he's on his own to figure out WrestleMania. Number 5, Worst. Kevin Owens breaks bad news. Word spread this week that Kevin Owens might be hurt. On SmackDown, he confirmed it. He needs neck surgery after years of wrecking his body. It seemed like a setup for him to ambush Randy Orton, but he just shared his news and left. The worst isn't the moment itself, but the tough break for one of WWE's toughest and most dedicated stars. Meanwhile, Orton hinted at going bad, nailing SmackDown GM Nick Aldis with an RKO after his match got scrapped. Number 6, Best and Worst. Charlotte Flair's past bites back. No fists flew this time. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair faced off in the ring, with Wade Barrett holding them apart. The Chicago crowd booed Flair like she was Dominic Mysterio. She trotted out her usual boasts, but said she'd let Stratton finish. The champ fired back, calling her a Nepo baby and bragging about being women's champion at 25, while Flair was in her dad's basement getting drunk and trying to be a volleyball player at that age. Stratton ripped into Flair's fake confidence and lack of growth, though she'd teared up on morning TV earlier this week. Maybe Flair's loud bravado hides some doubts. She promised Stratton the last word, a dig at her love life, but couldn't resist one last shot, claiming Stratton's boyfriend Ludwig Kaiser was sliding into her DMs. Prayers up for Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is in a rough spot. The SmackDown star dropped a heavy bombshell on the latest show, letting everyone know he's headed for surgery. Rumors had been swirling about an injury, and Owens finally set the record straight. He stood in the ring and admitted that for 25 years he's taken a beating, but the last 4 months have been especially brutal. This week, doctors confirmed it's a serious neck injury. Now he's got no choice but to step away for neck surgery. His voice cracked as he said he's not sure when he'll be back, or if he'll even get to talk to the fans again soon. It might be a long goodbye. Owens was on the verge verge of tears, revealing he won't make it to WrestleMania. He hated saying it, but he's got to walk away from the big show. That leaves Randy Orton without a rival for the event. WWE isn't taking any chances. They've scheduled his surgery right away. The way Owens talked, it sounded like he's in the dark about his future in the ring. Neck injuries are no joke in wrestling. Stars like Daniel Bryan, aka Bryan Danielson, Edge, aka Cope, and Paige, aka Saraya, had to sit out for years because of them. We're all hoping Owens' case isn't that bad, and he can bounce back. But there's real worry. Neck problems can shake up any athlete's career, sometimes for good. Let's keep him in our thoughts. Randy Orton makes a controversial choice. Randy Orton's WrestleMania 41 plans just went up in smoke. Kevin Owens, his longtime rival, had to pull out of the big show due to a serious neck injury. The Viper didn't take it well and let his anger loose by dropping SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis with an RKO. These two have been at each other's throats for months. Back at Crown Jewel 2024, they were supposed to fight, but it never even started. They just brawled all over the place. Owens laid Orton out with a package pile driver, sidelining him for a while. The 14-time champ roared back at Elimination Chamber, Toronto, jumping in to save Sami Zayn from Owens' post-match attack. That set the stage for their WrestleMania showdown, but now Owens is out and Orton's left hanging. Fuming over the news, Orton took it out on Aldis with an RKO, and here's the twist. It was totally legal. Back in 2023, after signing with SmackDown, Orton had caught Aldis off guard with an RKO and paid a $50,000 fine in advance. Sneaky as ever, he handed over $100,000 instead, covering his tracks for a future strike. This time, he cashed in on that move, leaving Aldis flat on the mat. Now the question is, what's next? With no opponent lined up, everyone's waiting to see if Aldis can scramble to find someone to face the Viper at WrestleMania 41, or if Orton's just going to keep swinging at whoever's in his way. Tiffany Stratton went off script against Charlotte Flair. The war of words between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair on SmackDown turned nasty fast. The WWE Women's Champion went low, hitting Flair with a jab about her 3 divorces before storming out of the ring. Wrestling veteran Dutch Mantell broke it down on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Bro Down show, and he's got some strong opinions. These two have been trading barbs for weeks. Last time, Flair came out on top, but this round flipped the game when Stratton made it personal. The Queen didn't back down, clapping back with a dig at Stratton's real-life boyfriend, Ludwig Kaiser. Here's how it unfolded and what Mantell thinks went down. Stratton stood in the ring, staring Flair down, and let loose. When it's all said and done, you're going to be just like you are outside of the ring, alone. What is that record? Like 0-3. Then she bolted, leaving the Chicago crowd roaring. Flair grabbed the mic and shot back, "Is that why Kaiser's in my DMs?" A sharp jab at Stratton's man. The tension was thick, and it didn't feel like your typical WWE script. Mantell, watching it all, reckons they tossed the plan out the window. He said it looked like they went rogue, especially at the end. I actually think about half of it was off script. At the end, because they didn't know whether to damn or go home. They didn't know. I think that's why little Tiffany got out of the ring, because I think she was just lost. He figures Stratton's quick exit was her way of dodging a total meltdown, and it worked. The promo's messy personal vibe has everyone talking, and with WrestleMania 41 looming, Mantell's take only adds to the drama. Did they improvise a hit, or just stumble through the chaos? I actually think about half of it was, at the end, because they didn't know whether to damn shit or go home. They didn't know. I think that's why little Tiffany got out of the ring, because I think she was just lost. She did the right thing. Instead of standing there looking like an idiot, like she got her lunch taken from her, she just took off, which is probably better all the way around. The former WWE manager added that if the two stuck to the script, then the producer behind the segment should be let go. They didn't take that to the ring with them because whatever they practiced wasn't what we saw, I am sure. Or if it was, that producer needs to be fired or let go. Tiffany Stratton mentioned Charlotte Flair's 3 divorces on WWE SmackDown, which did not sit well with many. Flair recently opened up about her divorce from Andrade and got emotional while talking about it. Andrade sends a message to ex-wife Charlotte Flair. Andrade has sent a heartfelt message to Charlotte Flair just hours after she was involved in a controversial segment with Tiffany Stratton on SmackDown. Stratton brought up Flair's real-life issues during the final moments of the segment, and the latter didn't seem happy. Charlotte turned 39 years old today. Hours before her birthday, she was involved in a heated in-ring segment with WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton on SmackDown. At one point, Tiffany took a shot at Flair's personal life, stating she's 0-3. In response, Flair claimed that Ludwig Kaiser was in her DMs. Now, Andrade has sent a heartfelt message to his ex-wife, Charlotte Flair, wishing her a happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños, Ms. Charlotte, WWE. I wish you the best today and always. You are an incredible woman. In a recent chat with Sherri Shepherd, the Queen shared a few comments about her divorce from Andrade. She was an emotional mess while talking about the same. When I made the decision to file for divorce, the only thing I kept thinking was, I just didn't want anyone to know. I was able to keep the divorce a secret until I came back, won the Royal Rumble, and then boom, everything hits the media. And I was everything that I had been scared of hit that day, and I was like, the fight's over, I have nothing to fight, this is me, this is who I am. I'm standing in my worth and people can have their opinions. As for Flair's issues with Tiffany, the duo is all set to collide at WrestleMania 41. Tiffany will defend the WWE Women's title against the Queen at the Show of Shows. Flair would love to embarrass Stratton by defeating her for the title in front of a packed Allegiant Stadium. WWE made a huge mistake with Rey Fenix. This week, Rey Fenix stepped into the WWE spotlight for the first time on SmackDown. The high-flying former AEW star took on Nathan Frazer in his debut match, and after almost 9 minutes of non-stop action, Fenix came out on top. It was a big moment for the luchador, but not everyone sold on how it went down. On a recent episode of Bro Down on Sportskeeda WrestleBinge, Vince Russo didn't hold back. He watched Fenix's first WWE match and thinks the company dropped the ball big time. I disagree with Dutch again unless this was supposed to be a Java match. We had no idea who that Frazer guy was. Okay, this is the debut of Phoenix that they've been promoting. What happens, bro? Fenix winds up having a 12-minute 50-50 match with this guy. This is the debut of Rey Fenix, Russo said. He argued that after all the hype, Fenix shouldn't have been in such a close fight with someone the crowd barely knows. To him, it made the debut feel less special, like WWE missed a chance to make Fenix look like a star right out of the gate. Now people are wondering if WWE's got a bigger plan for him, or if this was just a stumble on night one. I disagree with Dutch again, unless this was supposed to be a Java match. We had no idea who that Frazer guy was. Okay, this is the debut of Fenix that they've been promoting. What happens, bro? Fenix winds up having a 12-minute, 50-50 match with this guy. This is the debut of Rey Fenix. Now, Mac, I will say this. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. If they go somewhere with it and build this kid as well, fine. No problem whatsoever. He continued. But if we never see this Frazer guy again, and in his debut match, Fenix went 12 minutes, 50-50 with an unknown. That doesn't help Phoenix at all. But like I said, if they go somewhere with this program and the two of these guys, I've got no problem with it whatsoever. But if we never hear from Frazer guy again, why would they have an unknown go 50-50 with Phoenix on his debut on the show? For those not aware, Nathan Frazer is one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions. His partner and co-champion, Axiom, aka A-Kid, took on Gunther during a SmackDown episode in Barcelona last month. WWE WrestleMania 41. Championship match announced every week, WrestleMania 41's tale gets juicier. The huge events rolling into Las Vegas on April 19th and 20th, 2025 at Allegiant Stadium, and the match lineups already looking stacked. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins are locked in for a massive main event on night 1, while Cody Rhodes and John Cena are set to steal the show on night 2. It's shaping up to be a weekend no one will forget, and SmackDown just turned up the heat even more. The latest SmackDown shook things up with some big news for WrestleMania 41. LA Knight's now got a tough fight ahead. He'll defend his United States Championship against Jacob Fatu. The Samoan Werewolf earned his shot by taking down Braun Strowman in a brutal last man standing match. Fatu got up before the 10 count, and now he's coming for Knight's gold. It's a fresh challenge that's got everyone on edge. Then there's Jade Cargill and Naomi. They're officially set to throw down at WrestleMania 41 too. The Storm and the Glow have been going at it for months, trading attacks and glares. Now they've got their chance to settle it once and for all on the biggest stage. With these additions, the card's up to 9 matches across both nights, and the WWE crowd's losing it over what's coming. Here's a quick peek at the full lineup so far. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Undisputed WWE Championship match, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Triple threat match, Gunther versus Jey Uso. World Heavyweight Championship match, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. WWE Women's Championship match, Sky versus Bianca Belair. Women's World Championship match, AJ Styles versus Logan Paul, Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez versus TBA. Women's Tag Team Championship match, Jade Cargill versus Naomi L. A Knight versus Jacob Fatu. United States Championship match. The card of WrestleMania 41 already seems to be stacked, but one of the major WWE stars who is not scheduled to compete is Solo Sikoa. The self-proclaimed tribal chief was initially engaged in a heated altercation with Jacob Fatu. However, with the Samoan Werewolf getting a U.S. title shot, it seems like WWE has dropped the plans for a potential Sikoa versus Fatu match. WrestleMania 41 is still a few days away, and it remains to see whether Triple H will incorporate the Street Champion in the storyline or not. Roman Reigns walks away from Paul Heyman. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman certainly aren't on the same page after what transpired on WWE SmackDown. Recently, a video surfaced where the original tribal chief was seen in shock. and walking away from the Wiseman. A lot happened on Friday Night SmackDown, as CM Punk finally revealed the favor. On the latest edition of the Blue Brand, the Second City Saint revealed that he wanted Paul Heyman in his corner at WrestleMania 41 when he main events the show against Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. The segment ended with CM Punk hitting Reigns with a GTS to close the show, as Paul Heyman was seen sobbing. Today, a new video showed the aftermath of Punk's attack. In the video, the original tribal chief regained consciousness, and the Wiseman tried to talk to him. However, Reigns and Heyman left the ring separately as the Second City Saint celebrated with the crowd. The original tribal chief was furious when he appeared for the segment, and it seems like tensions are building between the client-manager duo heading into WrestleMania 41. In 2021, Roman Reigns questioned Paul Heyman's loyalty, and doubts began to creep in when Heyman kept secrets from the tribal chief regarding Brock Lesnar's return to the Stamford-based promotion. It got worse between the two in the coming months. At WWE Crown Jewel 2021, Paul Heyman refused to take sides and threw the Universal Championship in the middle of the ring. While Reigns left as champion, the tribal chief was unhappy with the Wiseman. In December 2021, their separation finally happened when Heyman was kicked out of the Bloodline. During the segment, Paul Heyman's loyalty was questioned heading into WWE Day 1 2022. In the end, Reigns terminated Heyman's employment and hit him with a Superman punch. Heyman later reunited with Brock Lesnar when the title match with Roman Reigns was scrapped. However, it was all a grand scheme by Reigns and Heyman as they ultimately got the last laugh on the Beast Incarnate at WrestleMania 38 when the tribal chief became the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. Roman Reigns confirms he will retire at WrestleMania 41. Roman Reigns has yet again had to face a shocking setback leading up to his WWE WrestleMania 41 triple threat match against CM Punk and Seth Rollins. The latest episode of Friday Night SmackDown saw the best in the world finally revealing the favor he sought from Paul Heyman. Punk kicked this week's SmackDown off, thanking his hometown crowd of Chicago. Paul Heyman entered the ring and asked the Second City Saint the favor he wanted as it affected his bond with his tribal chief. The former WWE champion said he would reveal it before Roman Reigns. In the main event segment, Roman Reigns appeared backstage in his car without responding to his Wiseman, went directly to the ring, and called out CM Punk to finally reveal the favor he wanted. However, Seth Rollins chose to come out and tell Reigns he wanted to hear what Punk wanted, and the last one to enter the ring was the Second City Saint. Punk finally revealed that in favor of helping Reigns and his bloodline at Survivor Series 2024, he wanted Paul Heyman to be in his corner instead of Reigns at Mania. The OTC asked the Hall of Famer to deny it. However, Paul Heyman shockingly accepted Punk's offer, leaving Reigns perplexed. Reigns tried to confront his Wiseman, but CM Punk attacked the undisputed tribal chief from behind. With the confirmation of Heyman being in Punk's corner, it might be confirmed that Roman Reigns will be retiring as tribal chief at WrestleMania 41. Last year, he inducted Paul Heyman into the Hall of Fame, where, in a heartfelt speech, Roman spoiled that the day Wiseman is not at his corner, he will no longer be tribal chief. This year will be the first time Heyman will not be cornering Reigns since he adopted the tribal chief character. This confirms that Reigns may retire the legendary persona at the Showcase of Immortals. That said, the proposed angle above is speculative, and the fans have to wait to find out how the triple threat saga unfolds. All three superstars involved in the WrestleMania triple threat bout are evenly well-rounded and dangerous inside the squared circle, making it difficult to pick a clear winner. Paul Heyman's being in Punk's corner has made it interesting, as fans will see Paul in the dilemma of choosing between Reigns and Punk. However, things took a shocking turn when Paul Heyman surprised the world by betraying both Reigns and Punk and revealing Seth Rollins as a new client. While speaking on his Not Some Wrestling podcast, analyst Sam Roberts supported the theory that Rollins was a secret Heyman guy. There are some people wildly speculating. I saw a graphic on Instagram. What if Paul Heyman has to do the favor by being in Punk's corner, so Roman Reigns already feels betrayed, and then Heyman betrays Punk and is in the corner of Seth Rollins? What if at the end of that match, Seth Rollins wins because Rollins is the newest Heyman guy? Doesn't work for me. I don't think that would be it, and it won't be where I would go. But is there a possibility? Hell yeah, it's a possibility. Is it worth talking about? Absolutely, Roberts said. With WrestleMania 41 on the horizon, it will be interesting to see who will stand tall with their hand raised as the winner at the Night 1 main event between Punk, Rollins, and Reigns.